Bitch, get the fuck out my motherfucking trap house. There's some reasons why I had to kick your ass out.
What's going on, guys? Global King back again with another video, and today we're actually on 2K MC Central, and today I'm basically going to be going over the new cards that are into the game. So I'm sure most of you guys know that every single Tuesday 2K releases like a theme pack, and they're super expensive or whatever, and there's a bunch of cards, and if you collect them all you get a reward card. And so basically the theme for this week was called Bench Boost Players, and as you see in front of me, these are all of the players that are on the Bench Boost, and I'm going to be going over their stats and basically telling you guys if 2K took another L with these themes, because they've been pretty bad so far. So anyway, let's get into these bench boost packs. We're gonna start with the worst card. I guess it's 83 overall, KC Jones. So here we have 83 overall Emerald KC Jones. He's a 6'1" point guard. I'm sure he's not gonna be crazy good. I have not checked the stats yet. We're about to do that right now. So if we check out the stats, this dude's card is terrible. Looks like he's a defender only and cannot do anything else. Maybe it's just me, but if I have a point guard on my team that can't even shoot the mid-range, then I definitely do not want that card. He's got a 63 open shot mid and a 63 open shot three. That is just terrible. He actually has pretty good playmaking stats. As you see, he has 90 ball control and 95 speed with ball, as well as really good passing stats. So he can speed boost. He's actually going to be a pretty decent passer. He's got an 85 driving layup, so he will make a lot of the layups that he takes. He's also got a 94 speed with a 95 acceleration. And like I said, I think this card's actually a pretty good defender. As you see, he has 90 steal, 94 reaction time, and a 98 lateral quickness. All right, this card actually can play pretty good defense. After finishing all these cards, I'm going to switch on to 2K. We're going to see how much these cards are going for and how many of them are actually getting pulled, but I'm assuming this is going to be a fairly cheap emerald. But if you really want an emerald point guard that is a really good defender and a really good playmaker, just can't shoot, then this is actually a card for you. So now we're moving on to the only other emerald, 82 overall Jared Jeffries. He's a small forward. He's 6'11" for a small forward. That's pretty good. Let's see what kind of stats he's got. He's got an 82 open shot mid, which isn't terrible, not very good. 75 open shot three is not very good, but he is a 6'11" small forward, and the shooting stats of course could be better, but he is 6'11", so that makes up for having pretty poor shooting stats. As far as inside scoring, he's got an 84 driving layup and only a 71 driving dunk, which is a little disappointing because he is 6'11". And so I guess just like the last emerald, this card's actually a pretty decent defender. I think the last emerald was actually a way better defender though. He's got 80 steal with an 89 lateral quickness, which is quite good, but it's not near as good as the other emerald was. It is nice that he's 6'11", but not even having a driving dunk above 80, it just makes no sense because he is 6'11". So this card is honestly an L in my opinion. So the first sapphire we're going to talk about is 84 overall Scott Pollard. He's a 6'11" center from the Kings. He does have an 84 open shot mid, which is pretty good for a big. He obviously cannot shoot the three ball, but he is a center, so that makes sense. 69 speed isn't the best, but like I said, he is a center. He does have some 88 strength, so that's going to be pretty nice, as well as a 97 hustle. That's a little surprising. As far as defense and rebounding goes, this card's got really good rebounding stats, 95 offensive and defensive rebounding, as well as a 95 box out, so that's pretty nice. His defense isn't terrible. It's not the best though. A 60 block for being 6'11" isn't crazy good. Those badges aren't terrible, but overall this card doesn't jump out at me as anything that I'm gonna look to pick up. The one benefit of this card is that he does have really good rebounding stats and has an 84 open shot mid. The next sapphire we got is 84 overall Antoine Walker. He's a 6'8" power forward. Isn't terrible. It's kind of small for a power forward. So if we check out the stats, he's got a 78 open shot mid, which isn't terrible. It's not the best. 73 open shot three isn't too good. So he's not really a stretch big, so I cannot see myself playing this guy at a small forward position. And like I said, he's undersized for a power forward. Rebounding stats are pretty good. They're not the best, but they're not terrible either. It'd be nice if he had really good rebounding stats, just because, you know, he's an undersized power forward. But 86 defensive rebound isn't terrible. It's not the best. 80 offensive rebound is pretty good as well. And on defense, he's an average or below average player on defense. He really doesn't have anything that's jumping out at me as crazy. You know, so far these cards haven't really been jumping out at me as anything crazy. That's why I'm not really taking the time to really review their stats that much, because nothing about these cards is jumping out at me as like, oh my god, this is going to be a good card. Honestly, the first emerald we looked at that was good at everything but shooting is low-key been the best card we've seen. But if we move on to the next sapphire, we got 85 overall Manu Ginobili. If we look at the hot zones right off the bat, he's got some pretty good ones. No cold zones and some hot zones for the three-point line. So this card might be the best we've seen so far. And so getting into the stats, he's got an 83 open shot mid and an 82 open shot three, which is actually not bad. It's just not crazy good for a sapphire shooting guard. He does have an 88 driving layup, which is actually quite nice, so he should finish a lot of layups. layups. A 50 driving dunk means he's probably not going to dunk it most of the time. As far as playmaking, he does have 86 ball control, so he should be able to speed boost, which is going to be pretty nice. He's a decent defender, not very good. 84 pass perception isn't bad, but reaction time of 70 and steal of 70 is not very good. These aren't the best stats. I would have liked to see the three-point a little bit higher for Manu Ginobili, but I do like that he can speed boost and he does have a decent three-point shot. So far, this collection's been an L. As we move on to 85 overall Sapphire Jamal Crawford, this should be one of the best Sapphires, if not the best Sapphire card in this collection. And so if we check out the stats, he has an 88 open shot mid and an 86 open shot three. So already this card's way better than that Manu Ginobili. A 93 driving layup is actually really nice. And if we look at the playmaking, this is the best part about this card. 98 ball control with 96 speed with ball. We all know Jamal Crawford's famous for his dribble moves. And defense, he's really not very good. 75 steal isn't terrible, it's just not the best. This isn't a great defender, but honestly, having 98 ball control and an 86 open shot three, this is going to be a very good shooting guard. By far the best card that we have looked at. He's got the best gold badges also we have seen. So now we're looking at 86 overall Sapphire Boris Diaw, a 6'8 power forward, another undersized power forward. Hopefully he has a jump shot because maybe you could play him at small forward. Let's check out the stats. He's got a 92 open shot mid. That's what I like to see. And an 85 open shot three. This card might be pretty good. A 90 standing layup and actually an 88 driving layup with an 80 driving dunk. This might be a really good small forward that can play the power forward as well. They gave Boris Diaw an 86 ball control with an 82 speed with ball. So this card can actually speed boost. It's the first power forward I think that we've had that can speed boost. So that's actually really nice. He's also got really good rebounding stats. 85 defensive rebound and 80 offensive rebound. Because of the fact that this card can shoot the three ball and he can speed boost, that makes the rebounding stats that much better. 75 block I wish was a little bit higher, but he is 6'8. That makes sense. Definitely one of the best power forward cards we've seen all year. But if there is one cheap on the market, I might have to pick up this card. You know, you got a stretch big that can speed boost as well. Why would I not want to pick up this card? And so now we're getting on to the rubies. We got an 88 overall center. He's actually 7'3", so that's pretty nice. And they actually gave this card really good shooting stats. This is actually going to be a really good ruby center. He's got a 90 open shot mid and an 84 open shot three, and he's 7'3". This might be one of the best centers in the game. As well as a 90 post fadeaway and a 92 post hook. This card's actually going to be one of the best centers, if not the best center in the game. Really good rebounding stats. He's got a 92 defensive rebound and 88 offensive rebound, and he's 7'3", so that just makes up for any poor stats he has. 82 shot contest is pretty nice as well. He actually has some pretty good defensive stats. This actually looks like a very well all-around center. This card can shoot the three, he can play in the post, he can rebound the ball well, he can pass, and his defensive stats aren't even terrible. The last three cards that we've checked out have actually been quite good. Hopefully it keeps going right here with 89 overall ruby Scottie Pippen. 89 open shot mid and the 82 open shot three isn't bad because normally Scottie Pippen's cards aren't the best shooters, so that's actually quite good. This card also can speed boost with an 86 ball control, so that's super nice. 89 driving layup and an 85 driving dunk. We're going to check out his tendencies in a second and see if they're quite good. And this card's a beast on defense. I wish his steal was a little bit higher. Looks like they did give him the 100 driving dunk tendency. They gave him an 80 flashy dunk, but that 100 driving dunk is going to be really nice. Pretty good badges. I do like the pickpocket and defensive stopper. So this is actually the last card in the collection before we get to the collection reward. It's an 89 overall Kevin McHale, 6'10". Let's get into the stats. He's got an 89 open shot mid. 78 open shot three isn't terrible. He is a power forward, but I do like the 89 open shot mid. He's got 98 post control. I do like the 92 draw foul. And he's going to be an animal in the post. Like I said, 94 post hook and 92 post fadeaway. This is actually going to be a very good card in the post that can also shoot the mid range. Just like with Scottie Pippen, he's got like a 95 shot contest, but they only gave him a 71 block. Pass perception of 90 is quite good. This is actually a really good defending card. He's really good in the post, and he's got a little bit of a mid-range shot. But this is actually a really good ruby. I don't hate this card at all. Low-key, the rubies have actually been pretty good throughout this entire collection. There's been a couple sapphires. Really, just the basic first cards were the only ones that were terrible. Not a terrible collection. So we're about to jump into the final card in the collection reward, 91 overall amethyst, Henny God, J.R. Smith himself. This is the only reason I feel like I might want to complete the collection, because J.R. Smith cards are just so good. 91 overall amethyst. He's got a 93 open shot mid, 96 open shot three is really nice, bro. There's literally nothing that this card can't do. He doesn't have the best rebounding stats, but he's got a 96 driving dunk with an 85 contact dunk. This card is just crazy. 93 driving layup is really good as well. He can speed boost. He's got 88 ball control, 85 speed with ball. 85 steal is really nice. 89 lateral quickness is nice, and everything about this card is just crazy good. He's got 100 flashy and driving dunk tendency, as well as a 75 alley-oop tendency, but alley-oops are kind of broken this year. So they actually did not give him Hall of Fame limitless range. That would have made this card way too OP. I actually wish they did give him limitless range because he is a collection reward. So not counting the collection reward, there are 10 cards cards in this set, and honestly 5 of them are actually pretty good. So 50% of these cards are actually quite good, and I could see myself using and picking up. But like I said in the beginning of this video, we're actually going to jump over to 2K, and we're going to see if these cards are on the auction house, how many of them are on the auction house, and if they're really rare or not. So we're going to start it off with Ruby, Kevin McHale. Let's see how many cards are on the auction house. And there actually seems to be a fairly decent amount. And so it looks like there's a decent amount of Sapphire Jamal Crawfords. He actually seems to be one of the more common Sapphires. I've seen a couple of these Casey Jones for like 2K MT, but there are a ton of these cards. He must be super common. And it looks like there's a decent amount, but that might mean, like I said, a lot of people are opening up packs. But like I said earlier in the video, honestly not the worst theme pack that 2K's ever released. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want me to keep doing these theme reviews every single week they come out. But like I said, that's been it, guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I'll be back soon. It's been Global King, and I'm out. Peace.
I seen a lot of shit I shouldn't have, but never forgot it though. Brothers on the corner selling crack like it was not a though. Walk inside my kitchen, baking soda all up on the floor. Police banging.